Welcome to Never Code Alone and a new live stream 2026 today with a real core developer of the Symfony framework. Welcome, Mathias.
Hello there.
So, who are you and where are you? And for today, the question is, how is the weather there?
So, you're going to hear that I'm French, okay? So, sorry about my accent at the very beginning, but it's going to be better and better by talking. So, yeah, hello, my name is Mathias. I'm a French PHP developer. So, yeah, I live in Lyon. It's okay for the snow right now, but we have a bit of snow in the mountains, so I hope to get skiing as soon as possible, of course. And yeah, I contribute a lot to open source software, mainly PHP open source software. I mostly contribute to Symfony, and my main, scope is about serialization and this kind of stuff. And so it led me to contribute a bit as well on API platform. So yeah, basically that's it to me.
So you are big interested in import and export. Can we say it like this? Yes,
Yeah.
spectacular. So there are many people outside who are not contributing. So what was your decision? Why? What do you think brings you contribution to your life? What is the benefit for your own?
For my own what? Sorry.
What is the benefit on contributing to open source projects for your own skills?
It makes me progressing a lot because contributing to softwares is very different to contribute to open source software. We do not have the same aim for clean stuff, and the aim are not the same between getting a product done or getting a code that is really robust and extensible and usable by developers. Why I love to contribute to this kind of software is because I do not contribute for final clients, but for other developers, So my own issues, my own problems, I can solve them, and I can solve them for other developers. So everything that's bothered me, I can, act on it, and everyone can benefit on that. So yeah, contributing to open source began as a passion for me. And it's a bit weird because I was not into that. And yeah, back in the days, after leaving school, I went to Sensio Labs. I don't know why, because I thought Sensio Labs was too heavy, too big for me. But, I tried. And I don't know why, but it worked. So I began, just after school to work at Sensio Labs, while I did not have made that much Symfony. But it worked. And in Sensio Labs, the CTO told me, okay, what I want you to do is to do a talk about something. Pick any subject you want. And I did not have any idea. And so it said to me, okay, you're going to talk about serialization. And I didn't know nothing about serialization. So I dig about that in order to submit a talk to the API platform conference. And basically, I love that, and I continued to work on that and to give talks. And yeah, this is how it all started, just by being forced by my superior.
Okay, yes, this is a good story. So don't be afraid about company names or project names. Could you remember what was maybe your first contribution, or some contribution you remember, or on the last time where you say, hey, this was a point when this goes in, I was totally addicted?
So basically, my first contribution was, I can't say it's mine, because I tried to do some stuff into the dependency injection component of Symfony, which is, I think, one of the hardest, and it was, too big for me. And basically, back in the days, Symfony was in Sentiolabs, office. So I asked Nicolas Grekas to help me,
Yes.
and it ended up like he did almost all the stuff for me. I just was writing stuff, and he just told me that. So yeah, the first was so. I found it hard, but I liked the fact, that you have committed something into the framework, and a bit of the framework is, by you. And so I tried later on to do more contribution, and after the working hours with other people such as Jules Pietri, which is a great mentor to me as well, we tried to contribute on stuff. So for example, I introduced my first own PR was about introducing the session usage tracking within Symfony. So that's
a kind of documentation, not on development.
no, it was development. It's
Okay.
something like tracks where in your code you start a session. So that's because Symfony is smart. You have the difference between the public cache and the private cache. And as soon as you start a session, Symfony converts a public cache to a private cache. It adds the cache controlled private header. So this means that reverse proxy cache and stuff won't work anymore. So as developers, we want to be sure that we do not start unexpectedly a session, so that we can leverage public cache. So that was my first big contribution, and basically it worked well and led me to do other tiny one, documentation one, and bigger ones.
What is the thing about being a core developer? So you contribute some things, and then one day you have 5,000 contributions or whatever, and they say, "Hey, now you are a core developer." Or how do this happen? Is there a ritual where in a dark church with fire and so on, or how is this happening?
It is a long process. I mean, I have been contributed for maybe 4-5 years, sometimes intensively, other time less intensively, because life, of course. But at some point, if you are around and taking a subject and making it yours, for instance, the serializer for me, as it used to be, at some point you can receive a Slack message from Fabien telling you, okay, maybe you want to join the core team developers. That was not the first message I received from Fabien, because I don't know when. I think it's in Symfony 6.3. I broke Symfony, so it was another kind of message. So he asked me to fix it as soon as possible, of course. But basically, you just receive a message from Fabien telling you that you have contributed a lot, and maybe you are interested in to join the core team. But to be honest, it does not change that much stuff. I mean, you do not have to work more than before. It's just that you are communicating with other core team members, and you are more included into that stuff. But you do not require to do more stuff, and you do not have more responsibility. It's more recognition than other stuff,
Okay, so breaking Symfony for being a core developer. I can understand this, and this is also the title that we have here. Let's break and fix Symfony. Is this maybe the time to share your screen?
Yes, I think you can see my screen right now.
There's a Windows.
I work on old software. No, it's a
Windows 95. This is only your funny background, yes?
Yeah, of course, it's only that. So what I had in mind is to just go through the contribution process by taking small and tiny and easy issues, and then if we have time, going further and further, and seeing me struggling to find the issue and the solution of stuff. So yeah, so basically just before
Maybe
getting
you
into
can make it a bit
yeah,
bigger, the font of your terminal.
sure, like that.
I think so. Also, the community, when you want to say something in the chat, we recognize it and tell me if it's big enough. For me, it's big enough.
Okay, so I just start my Symfony project. So I'm
This
using
is the Symfony core from GitHub, just this folder.
yeah, you see my what screen do you see right now?
I now see GitHub.
Okay, so yeah, before getting right into it, if people want to contribute and do not have any idea of what can they do, there is a label on issues, which is good first issue, which is basically issue we reserve for brand new developer that want to begin contribution. So at the moment, as you can see, most of the issues are just missing translation automatically created, but sometimes you have other kind of issues. I never used that, but I know that it is something that you can leverage. Otherwise, you can just have a look at issues and try to find something that you can work on or dig on, or at least you can jump on a pull request, read the code, and yeah, review a little bit.
Verify if it works. This is also a good starting work. I do this for the Typo 3 core sometimes, that you can say, hey, we have this issue. I can see the issue and how the fix is working.
Yeah, of course. And so it makes you understand the stuff, and that's it. Another thing to begin contributing is to contribute to Symfony documentation. Here, there are plenty of issues about documenting brand new features that have been introduced in Symfony. So what's great is that when you pick such an issue, you have to dig in the code and understand what's going on, and it's a great way to understand, the internals of Symfony. So I also did a lot about that in order to make me at ease with the Symfony code. But by working on Symfony, so do you see my other screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, nice. You find, by coding, you find other issues, and I have something, for example, I have this kind of stuff. I know that I have to do sometime. So yeah, but by coding, you're going to find other stuff to do, and so on and so on. So yeah. Okay, so I wanted to begin with a very, very easy pull request, just to see the mechanism. For example, I have to add myself to the CODEOWNERS file, because here in GitHub, I have plenty of notifications because I'm subscribing to the whole Symfony repository. And I want to be a bit more notified when somebody is, touching a code I'm more responsible. Because, for example, I have created two components in Symfony, which are the type info components. So the type info components is kind of the child of the property info components. It's just about knowing types in PHP. Okay, so if you let's see type info resolver, for example, interface. So yeah, you give a subject, a property, an object, a value, any value, and it gives you a type instance. And it can read the PHP documentation, is able to understand PHP stan, and have complex stuff. So this is the first component I created, and I have created it because I had to leverage it in the JSON streamer. So the second component I created is the JSON streamer component, which basically it's just reading and writing JSON as a stream. And so we need to have a very precise understanding of the type of the data we want to serialize or unserialize. And this is why I created the first component. So I created these two components, and I want to be notified when changes are in this code. So GitHub has a CODEOWNERS file, which I am discovering it with you. And as you can see, you specify a path and you specify a GitHub username. And this is as easy as that. So the very first PR would be to add these two lines so that I will be able to be notified a bit more. So first, if you want to contribute to Symfony, you have to understand the branch system. I will see the Symfony release calendar. So Symfony has plenty of versions which are maintained all together. I'm going to zoom in right there. Okay. So as you can see, for instance, right now, the 5.4 version it's a special case, but has some security fixes. While the 6.4, which is another long-term support version, is still maintained, which means that we still fix bugs. Do not have new features. We do not add new features, but we fix bugs. 7.0.1.2 are not maintained anymore, and at the end of January, it will be the end for 7.3. But still, at the moment, it is a maintained version, so we fix bugs as well.
So when I fix a bug in the 6.4, or when I fix a bug in the 7.4, then I have to do this on all other also in this row, or is this just my contribution on the 7.4, and we say other people can contribute the other things, that you can say, hey, I fixed this, and can you please do this on the other version?
If you look at the Symfony issues, when, for example, you create a brand new issue, you will, let's say, bug reports, and you have to specify the Symfony version affected. As core team member, as a contributor or a bug reporter, you have at least to specify the branch of Symfony which is affected. But as Symfony core team member, we will have to check if the bug is not in the lowest versions. For example, if anybody reports a bug in 7.3, we have to check if the bug is present in 6.4. And if it's the case, we ask the contributor to make the pull request target the lowest branch version, and we're going to merge it into the 6.4 version, the lowest one. And then core team members will do up merges. So they will up merge the fix in 7.3, 7.4, 8.0, and 8.1. So for example, what I said, so right here, if I want to add the code owner, I would have to put it in 6.4, so because it is still maintained. But the type info component has been introduced in 7.1, and the JSON streamer component has been introduced in 7.3. So I'm going to target the branch 7.3, and I will fetch all and rebase origin official. Official is, to me, is Symfony. It's not my fork. So I'm fetch the branches, and now I reset the head. So if I do a git log, as you can see, for example, we have a great example here. As you can see, Nicolas just have done an up merge. He have merged 6.4 into 7.3. And it contained, a bug fixing framework bundle, for example. So so I'm in 7.3. Okay, here we are, and I'm gonna create a new branch. Let's say fits code owner. Yeah, okay, code owner. And that's it. I'm on my brand new branch, easy. So basically, I'm gonna copy this line. Oh, it's alphabetical. So JSON path. And JSON streamer S is here. So for example, JSON streamer, I'm gonna do that, and it's gonna be me. Same for type info, OPQRST, Y. Here we are. Type info. Okay, pretty simple, right?
Yes, yes.
I always check my diff. Here, I won't run test. We're gonna get into it, don't worry. But it's just to see how to contribute for now. So this looks okay, I guess. Yeah.
But I do not need to get every time the responsibility of the code on my own when I just make some fixes. So it's only now in this use case that you do here something.
Sorry, I didn't get your point.
So my understanding of this ownership is that I take the responsibility for this code in the whole Symfony project, or is this just that I'm notified?
Yeah, it's not really a responsibility because nobody is responsible of anything. You know, it's open source software, and you are not responsible of anything. But if you let's have a look at one pull request that I made. Maybe that one, for example. No, maybe another one. Let's see. I'm gonna created organization Symfony property info, for instance. As you can see here, Kevin Douglas has been notified of this pull request because it is a code owner. It is just like that. So it will help to have a notification, and so I won't have to listen for the whole repository because plenty of notification.
Yeah,
by the time we have talked,
there
are plenty of stuff. And for example, Messenger at the moment it does not interest me. So yeah, I want to filter out.
Okay.
So okay, this looks good. Okay, I state my changes and I commit add, for example,
your name is
as type info and JSON streamer code owners. Okay, so it has been committed. We can see the log. Yeah, I'm on top of official 7.3. This is great. So now time to push. Git push origin. I'm pushing stuff. Okay, and now this gives me a link to create.
Are there some Git hooks or something that runs local on your machine? What I have to set up when I start with Symfony, or
no?
Nothing.
This is quite straightforward. To contribute to Symfony, you'll just have to go to Symfony and create a fork. Okay.
Yes.
Then you're gonna have your own version of the Symfony project, and then you just can create pull requests onto the main repository.
Okay.
That's why I have two origins. If I do git remote.v, as you can see, okay, this is a particularity. What I'm doing right now has nothing to do with the core team style, because as core team member we have the right to push on Symfony to do merges and this kind of stuff. When core team members are contributing, they are contributing the same way every contributor does. That's why I have two projects. I have the Symfony project, and if I remember correctly, what I have is Symfony official. And this one has the official origin, and okay, let's see. Symfony official, git remote -v. Here, I'm allowed to fetch and push onto Symfony. So I do not go into that repository unless I want to merge contributors pull request with an internal tool which is named GH, such as the GitHub one, but it is another one written by the Symfony core team. But yeah, I don't go into that. And as you can see here in my regular Symfony, I have deleted, the official push so that I do not push on the repository by mistake. That's why I have two origins, the official one, so Symfony, and my own one. And yeah, this is how regular contributors should do. Have their own fork and the official origin so that they can do what I've done earlier. So 7.3 git fetch, I'm gonna do that without any alias, --all, so that I'm fetching either origin and the official repository, and then git reset official 7.3 --add, and so that I'm sure that I'm at the official and Symfony way location. And then I'm creating my new branch, and as you can see, I'm on top of the official branch. So we're gonna have only one commit that's gonna be merged into 7.3. So now that I have done that, I'm able to open a pull request. To open a pull request, as you can see, I'm gonna merge my own repository into the base repository, which is Symfony. We want to go into 7.3 branch, okay? And then we have plenty of questions. So, for instance, we're gonna specify the branch. Is it a bug fix? No. Is it a new feature? No, it's not. We do not have any deprecations for now. And the issues do not fix any issue for the moment. So it's gonna be, a really tiny description because it's not a feature, it's most something internal. So in order to follow up changes in type info and JSON streamer components, add myself in CODEOWNERS file. And I'm gonna mention Oscar because it told me, it is the one that told me to do so. Okay, let's see, looks good. And then I'm clicking on the scary button, create pull request. Okay, let's do that. So yeah, and then you have a brand new pull request that is on Symfony that's going to be reviewed by the core team members and this kind of stuff.
So if I want some contributions, I can simply add me with single commits to different kinds of internal projects.
Yeah. So yeah, any questions so far about the process? It is ready. The one.
I think I know this from typo 3, where you have special how to commit messages must look like, and also they are running a lot of local tests.
Yeah.
On your machine, and with this with git hooks, and then you have a more complicated setup to make it run.
So we're gonna get into it because I have, for example, if I have followed some issues and I saw one about the JSON streamer component, which can be a hard one. So when I read that, I'm not happy. Memory exhaustion. So yeah, but as you can see, somebody had issue on 7.4.x and 8.0.x, so it has tested for the two branches, and he said that, okay, don't worry if you do not understand right away, because we're gonna go into it together. But he said that the streamer dumper, it has a method getResourceClassNames, and we can have a memory exhaustion when processing DTOs with nested object properties. And this is because the spread operator right there, because this array can be really, really big. Before the array unique, which is called at the end. So this contributor has made really a great work to dig and to find the root cause. And this is, to me, this is also a way to contribute. You are not forced to code in order to make the framework be better. If you find bug and if you take the time to understand what is the root cause and how to reproduce, having a really great reproducer helps us a lot. So it even had proposed a possible solution. So I think that we're gonna tackle that issue together, and I will show you the way to do. So for example, right now we do not fix break Symfony. We're gonna fix Symfony, which is already broken. I'm gonna check out the 7.4 branch, which is the lowest branch affected according to
what is signed in the tickets. Yes.
Yeah. So I know, because I know.
But you also look if this is in a downer version. Because now you know it, but normally we would say, hey, maybe this is a mistake and it's another version.
We're gonna have a look, I think. So as you can see in 7.4, we are in the streamer dumper class, and it told us that the get resource class names here is doing this kind of stuff here.
Yes.
I know that we do not have it in 7.3. Still, I'm gonna verify. I'm gonna check out the 7.3 here. Okay. And I'm gonna see if we have this. Okay, we have this. And okay. So the bug is even in 7.3 version of Symfony. So this is great. We have to fix it in 7.3 instead of 7.4. So this always worth being checked. So let's go to 7.3 and let's create a new branch, fix JSON streamer memory issue, for example. Okay.
There's also no bug ID behind this, where you can relate this to this issue. So an issue tracker ID or something.
An ID?
That you have a relation between the issue ID and the code fix.
This will happen in pull requests. If you have a look at pull requests, for example, this one, you're gonna do the link here, right here.
Okay, because I think that you can jump to the information right from the Git log.
Oh, I do not do that.
Okay.
But maybe you can, but it's not my way of doing. But yeah. when we're going to create DPR, we're going to be able to link the issue, and then when the merge request got merged, the issue will be automatically
It's
closed.
much simpler than I thought. So this is the benefit of this video so far. Yeah, this is really good.
So a good way to start is to reproduce the issue, and to do so, I have a project named SF Test, okay, which is for Symfony tests, and you're gonna understand what I mean. Oh wow, I have plenty of work going on here. Let's do a big whip commit. Okay. So, for example, so we know that the issue is in 7.3 version of Symfony. So I have a Symfony project, a regular Symfony project, which is really, really basic with commands, controllers, DI, and this kind of stuff, or tests. For example, I do PHP unit tests, I'm testing the bug, and run the test. And you will understand how do we link this project to my Symfony code base, so that when I change stuff in my own Symfony repository, the changes going to be applied into my project here. But first, I have to update my composer.json in order to say that, Symfony going to be a 7.3 version of Symfony. Let's do a composer update here. I think we're going to have a demo effect at some point. So far, so good. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Just need to delete some stuff. Bye. Okay. Bin console cache clear. Let's continue. Better. Okay. So right now, if I have a look at the composer, the vendor Symfony here, I have.
It's a symlink, yes.
Yeah, exactly. How do I do that? It's kind of simple. I just have to go into my Symfony project, and we have a file named link, okay? And you say, link me with my project. And here we are. This command have created a symlink into my vendor. So right now, if I do so, as you can see, everything is symlink. Almost everything. I mean, stuff I need has been symlinked. So let's see. Do I have JSON streamer? Yes, I do. Okay, perfect. So we're going to try to reproduce the issue. So the issue is we're going to create nested DTOs. So level 1, level 2, level 3. Okay, let's go. So let's create a folder DTO level 1.php up level 2, level 3. Nice. I'm creating a default class and level 1. Oh, and we have root DTO as well. Don't forget that. Okay, let's make things simple. Okay, level 2. Okay, level 2. Okay, and level 3. Okay. Oops. Okay, and don't forget about the roots. Okay, so as you can see, I'm winning a lot of time thanks to that contributor that took time to, create me a good reproducer. So let's, it even gave me the command. That's nice. That's nice. So let's go ahead, create a command folder. And how it is named, test JSON stream command. Copy that. I think it's okay. App test JSON stream. Let's keep things simple. So we have the JSON stream reader, which is good. It shows the memory limits. And yeah, I'm trying to understand what's going on here, okay? I import the root DTO here. Okay, so it starts, see the memory limit, see the initial memory, have a big JSON, as we can see. Yeah. Let's see. Which is okay. 2000 bytes, so 2000 characters. And then, okay, so in a loop, we're gonna see the results. Okay, each 1000 just print out the memory. And yeah, it goes ahead the collection. Okay, let's run it just to see what happened about the memory. And yeah, after we're gonna specify the memory limit. But for example, here, bin console, what's the name again? I think it's app. Oh, okay. So we can see the memory growing, but this looks good to me. It's only this one, 74. What happened? Okay.
Maybe you have to use the limit before the command.
Yes, maybe, but the limit is not that heavy. I mean, if I do 64 megabytes, it's gonna fail, of course, but it's just M, I guess. Here it's gonna fail. So yeah, the memory is increasing, but it makes sense to me. Yeah, this is the demo effect I was talking about. Okay, let's have a look again. So for instance, okay, we're gonna have to, maybe we're gonna, something for see the fix, try to apply and see if there is any memory changes. What that? Custom memory efficient. JSON stream reader. Okay, let's see. So let's go into that. So it's in the streamer dumper. So I'm gonna go into my Symfony project. This is the streamer dumper, and it's in get resource class names. So, oh, maybe it's in 7.3.4 version. Might be. Let's go. Let's check out 7.4 just to know if it's anyhow different. I have to. What happens? Undefined function. Oh, this one. Okay. I want to try with 7.4 version, so I'm going to replace 7.3 to 7.4. Remove my vendor.
Yes, it's on 7.4, yes.
I think so. Okay. Looks good so far. Right. We do the link once again. Okay. And right now, we should be able to run the same. It looks like it's the same. So this is nice, at least, because it's not as bad as I have thought. But anyway, we're still gonna try to apply the fix and see what happened. Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna go there and link once again once everything will be installed. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe it missed. I think I missed something. Let me try once again with 7.4. I think I did bad stuff. So let's go again. We remove the vendor. We update with 7.4. Once it has been done, I'm go here. I'm check out the 7.4 branch of Symfony, and I'm saying to link with my project here. Yeah. Okay. So right now we are in 7.3. Let's see. Oh yeah. So we have it. Nice. Nice. As we can see, I'm gonna go up. No, let's do head. Do not change a lot. But anyway, I have. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm already at the first iteration at this kind of stuff. So it's in 7.4. Okay. Let me change my branch. So what was the branch? It was something like memory.
Something like fix.
Yeah. Okay. This one.
Yeah.
So because I'm lazy, I'm gonna go here, delete my branch, fix JSON streamer, memory issue. Yeah, sorry, -d, and recreate it. So I'm gonna copy it, paste it, and here we are. Here we go again. So let's here go to my repository, do a bin console, app, and see the error. Okay, so let's go. Now we can work a bit. So it seems like we need to make things unique before that. So maybe let's see. So recursive class name, and it does a diff. So we're gonna copy paste it and just try to understand it all together. This is an easy one because the contributor has done all the stuff for me. So.
Yes, I'm asking myself why he did not
make the
directly pull request. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. So for example, yeah, recursive class name is great. Remerge, it's the same as what I've done before, but yeah, the key point here is to do that. It's not the spreading operator which is the issue. It's just making a diff with the class name, I think. So let's try it. Okay. I'm not a Xdebug guy, so I will just put dump to be sure that we are going into
the right file, yes.
Which is not the case, looks like.
I every time use var dump and exit. And with this exit here, maybe you have the last line.
Let's go here just to make sure that we are here. Which is not the case. Okay, it's a deeper one. It's a deeper one. So it's earlier than that. Let's, okay. Because, yeah, okay, I get it. We have a strong caching system in the JSON streamer. So the streamer dumper, when it has been written, it just do not go over it after. So if I look that and go there, does it work? It works. And if I do that, it do not work. Okay. So it might be later. It might be later because even with the fix, as we can see, we have these classes, which is great. Without the fix, let's revert that. No, it's the same. Okay, so maybe it has found an issue, but I'm not sure about the solution. Let's look about it once again. So remerge and div to prevent duplication. There is no duplication to me right now. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. So here, the goal of the streamer dumper is to take a type, take a path, and a callable that's going to generate the content, and either write it using the cache system of Symfony, or if you are not using it, just dumping a file into the system. So if we have a look at the JSON stream reader, okay, here we are. It uses it uses the stream reader generator, which is using the dumper. So we go one level up and see where the issue is. Does the dumper work? It works. Okay. So it might be the generated file, maybe. So let's dump. What has been generated? Which PHP has been generated? Oh, okay, because it is lazy. Okay, I begin to understand stuff. Sorry if it's not really clear to you, but this is my, brain process.
Yes, this is totally okay. Yes, for this we are here. This is the best. Live professionals in struggle and see how they work and how they debug and how they do things. I think this is the best knowledge you can get as developer. When we have this prepared cooking, hey, we check out this branch and everything works. What we sometimes see in tutorials or whatever. This is how you work with it.
Yeah, this is how I do. I mean, it is never easy. It's not.
I also never thought that you are using NVim. Yes, what is maybe not the most developers use it. I knew a few people in JavaScript what are working with it, but I never seen somebody working with PHP on it.
Actually, it works great. Huh? It's really great.
Super nerdy, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm a weird guy with that, but so this looks like we succeed to generate the PHP, but maybe it is when we execute it. Oh, as you can see, no. What is that file? Okay, so let's.
So maybe for the 40 people watching the stream, maybe you have an idea what to do. Just write it in the comments and say that you are alive.
Yeah, help me, please.
help us. We all mentioned you on this contribution.
So as you can see, Symfony is generating PHP files
in the cache.
Files in cache, so that it do not have to compute it, and this is why this component is fast.
And the allow memory issue comes up when there are no generated files. Yes.
So I have to see which file is creating the issues. So here is the full streamable. Oh, full streamable. But it's not my root DTO. Let me see. Okay, I'm back in my main Symfony. Full streamable. Oh, it's something else. This one is warmed up So yeah, it bothers me because it's warmed up in Symfony. So that's why I'm not seeing the proper file. I was not, doing the right stuff. So cache clear, and let's, in order to have just one cache clear to do, I'm gonna
see the fail. Yes.
I'm gonna go to the root DTO and add that. Let's do that. Root. So by doing so, when I'm doing a cache clear, Symfony will try to generate the template of the roots, and we're gonna have issue right away. And I have my dump. Okay, it's better to understand. Much better. Okay, let's go into less. So what is the created stuff? It's hard to read, but we can understand a bit. So the roots have a provider, which have plenty of providers, which have plenty, oh wow, and plenty, and plenty. But so generating it is not the issue. I think this is the generated stuff which is creating issue. Broken pipe. No worries. Okay, so if I remove the dump, clear the cache, everything goes right. And this means that if I'm going to this var cache JSON dev JSON streamer stream reader, maybe it is this one. Yeah. Okay. So I think this is because we have a big array at some point. Maybe I'm not sure about that. I have to dig a bit more. So if I do the run, this stuff, I want to see where it have broken. So line 919. Let's see. So it's this one. Yeah. I don't understand why. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. We have plenty of stuff. And this breaks here. Wow, this is a big one. I think this is a big issue. 919 here. Oh, okay, it breaks here, but it could have broke anywhere because this is a memory issue. Okay. I don't know if I will be able to, fix it with you. We can dig a bit more, but
yeah, also we break our heads. Yes, this is not a problem. I do not know. I cannot help you. But we sometimes see this issue, but cannot fix it. Yes, this is right.
Yeah, this needs to take a step back because when it deals with generated PHP, it's way broader and way trickier to fix stuff. And I will just try to lighten the stuff just to see what happened and when it happens. So the memory grows a lot even with one level. Okay. So the aim here, of course, is to simplify as much as possible stuff to see, have the minimal reproducer and be able to fix stuff. So here it grows. It should not grow that much, but yeah. Let's do it with 2. Okay, with 2 it breaks already. And I think I can remove 1 maybe, or 2. So my test case will be easier, to read and to understand if I have less level and stuff to go. Okay. So by doing so, I'm gonna leave it like that and create a new branch.
But maybe this is the reason why this ticket is so detailed,
Yeah,
because he struggled exact at the same point.
I think it might have trouble to understand what was going on, and indeed this is a deep one. It's not just having classes in an array. I think it's much more dark. So let me commit just that. So fix. No, let's say JSON streamer memory issue. Okay. But if we have time, we can go on that.
We have all the time you want. I do not want to leave the building.
Because of the snow. I have snow.
Because of the snow, yes.
Okay.
Also now it's dark. Super hard outside.
Okay. So let's take a simpler. This one was simple. This one is a bit of an improvement. So because this is an improvement, it is an idea of mine. This is an improvement, so it has to go on the highest branch. When you improve code, when it is not a bug fix, basically, when you add a feature or introduce deprecation or this kind of stuff, or minor stuff, we always go to the latest branch, which is, for instance, 8.1 that is not released yet, but that's going to be released. So let's go for it. So this stuff is to use the findTaggedResourceIds into the JSON streamer compiler pass. Let me explain that. So before beginning, let's go into the repository, check out the 8.1 version, and as usual, fetch all and reset onto the official 8.1. Okay, nice. So for you to understand the feature, in the JSON streamer component, we have a streamable.
There's also a ticket about it, or not? Or it's just an idea from you?
This one has no ticket about it, because I noticed that I don't know when.
Just by coding around and they see, hey.
Yeah. So I noted that to myself. I have some stuff to fix that are not, for example, put into issues because the work is in progress and yeah. So yeah. So this stuff, the JSON streamer component has a compiler pass. So a compiler pass is something that manipulates the container using a programmatic way. It's basically defining services, but not using services.yml, but in a more complex way. We have a container builder, and we are able to get container definitions, get the tags, and so on, and do ifs, for eaches, and do much more advanced stuff. So the aim of that is, we're going to read the code out loud and try to understand. It's going to iterate over every container definition, basically your services, and look if the definition has the tag JSON streamer.streamable. What is that tag? If we look at that in the code base, we can see that in the framework extension, we register the attribute for an auto configuration. So we say that if you have the JSON streamable attribute on top of the class, then I'm going to add a tag, the JSON streamable tag, saying that I can be streamable as an object or as a list of objects. And so this means that when I'm in the compiler pass, some definition gonna have that tag, because if we have a look at our project and look at the root, yeah, if I'm do that, root gonna at some point be a service with the JSON streamable tag. So what I do here is to get every services that have the tag. I want this to be container excluded, because at the end of the day, this root class is not really a service, it's a DTO, you know, so we do not want to have it registered as a service. So that's why if we look at the framework extension, we add another tag which is container excluded, which basically after the compiler pass has happened, just remove the service basically. So we can manipulate services and then make them not services. So you can keep your entities and your DTOs and this kind of stuff. As you can see here, doctrine entities have the same kind of stuff. They are registered in the container, but they are excluded. This is a new concept that has been introduced in Symfony lately, which is resources. These are considered as resources. They are not services, they are resources. So they can be manipulated by container, but are not services for you. So this is the case for the constraints, the test cases, enums, and attribute, entity, embeddable, Muppet, Suppet class, and this kind of stuff. So okay. So I have resources, and I want it to be excluded, otherwise I throw an exception. I find the class, I want it to be a concrete class, okay, so with a class and a not abstract definition. And then basically I just gather the stuff that this class can be serialized as an object or as a list, and then I remove the definition and I replace the argument of this service with the array I have computed. If I have a look to that service, I go to my service definition. I can see that this is a streamer cache warmer, right? And the first argument is an abstract argument, streamable, which, is an iterable of, class string and object list. And this is going to help me later on to, warm up stream writer for objects and for list. Anyway, this is for the actual feature. In this pass, actually, there is something that has been introduced in Symfony, which is findTaggedResourceIds, which is an helper that let's see what it does. I found out interesting, and I think it could be helpful for us. So I'm not sure we're going to create a PR, but maybe it does the same as us, so we can, factorize a bit. So for example, add resource tag. We're going to have to have a look about that resource tag. So for the resource concept, as you can see, we can register a service and add a resource tag. And then the container can find tagged resource IDs and iterate over tags. So for example, here, it do definitions and check if it has the tag. Okay, check if it is excluded, right? This is what we have done. Check the class in a better way that I have done. And throw it is if it is abstract, and update the class, why not, and put the tags into the idea. Perfect. This is what we have done in a much better way. So to do so, okay, I have something in mind, but anyway. So it returns here. What does it return? An array of ID. Okay, the key are the service ID, and then this is the tag values. Okay, let's do that. So let's begin by a good old dump die. Okay, and we can still use our simple project, okay, or maybe run the Symfony test suite. Maybe we can do that. Yeah, let's do that so you are able to see both ways, because at some point you're going to have to write tests, right? So to run Symfony tests, the easiest way to do, I'm going to install, because I have changed branches, so maybe my dependencies are out of date, and I have a PHP unit here at the root, and then you can run it on what you want. So for example, Symfony components, let's say type info components, and voila, you just run PHP unit. JSON streamer components, let's go for it. I think at some point we're gonna have a dump die. Yes, we do. Okay, so let's focus the test. So each component have a folder test, and inside you have PHP unit test, and we're gonna have a look about that. So let me figure out where can it be. Test attribute. No, it's not attribute. Cache warmer data model. Maybe it's the cache warmer one. Maybe the cache warmer. Let's go for it. No, I'm sure dependency injection, of course. Streamable pass test. This is the test for the streamable compiler pass. So we're gonna have the dump die, which is great. This is perfectly what we have expected to have. The streamable, which is, let's have a look at the test. So you're gonna understand. Streamable pass test. Okay, which is a simple test case. And I have a test which is test set streamable, which tests to set the proper argument. So I'm registering basic stuff, which are required, and this is the important stuff. I register the streamable service with a class, with the tag that I want, and with, let me expand that, object true, list true, and add tag container excluded, right? And this could be simplified, if I remember correctly, if you have read the documentation, add resource tag. And so we do not have to add the container excluded tag. This must be the same. Not streamable, which do not have any resource tag. Then we register the compiler pass, we run it, and then we check that in the cache warmer, it have the proper argument. And then we check, that an abstract service gonna throw an exception, which may be not needed anymore because it has been maybe tested in the other stuff. So if I do so, okay, it still works, and now we can update that. So let's start over. So for each container, find tagged resource ID. Okay. And what is interesting for us? The service definition, maybe. So ID and tag. Let's do that. Okay. So if we are looking at that, this will be handled, this will be handled, this will be handled, and this will be useful. Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe the stream knows that, but I can't remember if the container builder removes the definition. It does not. Okay, so we are still responsible to remove the service definition. So we need to keep that, the container remove definition ID. If I'm doing that, normally, if I dump the streamable, I'm gonna have streamable, class. It's interesting. How do I get the class? How do I get the class? I think I don't. I think I don't have. You know, always a problem. Maybe I can't use that. Maybe I can. I have to leverage the ID. No, it's not useful for me. Okay, let's have a look about that. If I remember correctly, I don't Yeah. So maybe we can cheat a little bit and get the definition of the ID. Okay, definition. So the definition in Symfony is, yeah, the definition of the service. If we have a look at that, we can see that it is an object and we can have the class. Okay, we can get the class. So yeah, okay. So we have the proper tags. But it gets the stuff for us properly. Okay, so maybe we can try to get the class. So we have the definition, and normally we have a get class. Okay, which is nullable, so we have to handle that edge case. If we do not have class, let's continue. We don't want that. And we won't throw any exception because it must have been handled here. And actually, we always gonna have class, otherwise the exception gonna be thrown here. Okay, so it's simpler. So we can have the class here and split that. Okay. If I do so, I think I will, yeah. Oh, null. That do not work. So I have to check the tag. Okay, so yeah, the tag can have plenty. Yeah, they can have plenty of tags. So again, just gonna take the first one. Okay, better. I replace that. Okay, so this works. I'm gonna run the whole test suite in order to make sure that I do not have broken anything. I have PHP notices. What's that? Show PHP units, notices. No, it's not that. It's display. Ah, yeah, I have to use stubs, but I know that another contributor is doing that right now. So, or maybe it hasn't been merged yet. So we do not have to care about that. Anyway, it do work, and there are two things to be taken care of, and these are to me, the most complicated stuff. In Symfony, there are plenty of packages and the framework bundle, which is the main bundle, and that require packages. And it can have, dependencies. So we have to make sure that it will still work with lowest dependencies and highest dependencies. I mean, this component, this change will work for sure, but what happens if, with another version of the dependency injection component? So if I have a look at the composer.json of my JSON streamer, and I look the dependency injection component, so it's only in required dev because, it's a framework bundle part. Okay, so I have to, make sure that when this has been introduced in, to do so, I'm going to the changelog of the dependency injection component and look when it has been introduced. As we can see, it has been introduced in 7.3 version of Symfony. So it's good for us, I think. We're going to have a look at the framework bundle composer.json dependencies. If we have a look at the dependency injection here, okay, so the lowest allowed version is 7.4.4. So we're going to be sure that in any case, we're going to have access to that method. Not always the case, so you have to be careful about that. Okay, Symfony dependency injection. So we always also have tests in Symfony bundle, framework bundle tests. We have functional tests, okay, to test the glue between the framework and the components. So, for example, I have a JSON streamer test, and this is going to make sure that everything is wired properly. Let's have a look about that. JSON streamer, framework bundle, test. Okay. This is quite simple. It just, check that we can inject a stream writer and write stuff, and a stream reader and write stuff, and warm up streamable classes. And this depends on the compiler path. For example, if I cheat a little bit and just replace the argument with that, normally it will fail. Yeah, it fails. So this means that we have done our work properly. Okay, great. And okay, so if we have a look at the changes, we have done that, which is good to me. So we're going to stage that. And the streamable path, we have used a new stuff, which is add resource tag. Just have a look at, we're going to have a look at the changelog, add resource tag. It's 7.3, so we are good to go as well. Okay. So we have finished our feature, which was a simple one, of course. So let's.
Yeah, but this was a good example to see how the test helps you to check if something. I was thinking a few minutes ago, if when you have a bug in the framework, that you first check if you can improve the test to find this bug, and then fix this bug. What also maybe could be a good way, but on mostly things on the bugs, this are maybe not something that you can grab with tests. This could also be.
Yeah, indeed, it is a good way to go. When it is a complex bug, I'm going to my well-known SF test application. I write a test. For example, let's take that issue. This one has the number on GitHub, so we can have a look about it. I think it has been merged. Yeah, it is closed. It is a serializer one. And I think, for example, this one haven't provided a simple reproducer, so Xabu told to do stuff. He done that, and and basically this is the related pull request. I've done that. But to begin with, I wrote a test reproducing the stuff and run the test and make it green. And after I'm just have to copy that and paste it in the related class file in Symfony. If I remember correctly, for that one, it looks like it is an object normalizer issue, for example, or an abstract object normalizer. So I would have put that test into the abstract object normalizer test and just copy paste, this kind of stuff and do stuff. So it is a good idea to begin with writing a test, make it fail, and even if it can be sometime a good idea to submit a pull request just with the test and the failing test, and try to fix it. But begin with the test is always a good idea. But this time, what I've shown you is just a little code improvement. So it's going to be qualified as a minor in Symfony. Let me show you. How can I show you that? Do we have something like changelog? No. I mean, when we merge some stuff in Symfony, okay, no, I know how to show you that. If we have a look at commits, you can see here we have bug, minor.
Yes.
and we're gonna have feature. So this is how we qualify contribution in Symfony. We can have a new feature, which, yeah, when you introduce a new feature, add a deprecation or this kind of stuff, and it is always on the highest branch, for instance, the 8.1 here. As you can see, here, this is minor stuff because it is not a bug fix, it is not a feature, but it is something that improves the code base of Symfony. So, and it is in 7.3, yeah, for this one. And we have bug, of course. So what
Do you think it's a good way to look through the latest 50 commits and to understand how people work with the Symfony code, or are this only merge commits where you do not understand so much?
I will have begin by reading the pull request and the one who has been merged to understand what happened, because
And then you check the file change there.
yeah, this is the easiest way to go, because most of the contributor, the core team contributor, is to do this kind of stuff, up merges. Just merge 6.4 into 7.3, etc., etc., etc. And yeah, this is a bit of noise, but if you are curious, you can see, you can have a look and see what happened. So yeah, it's just up merges, but it's harder to understand because it contains several pull requests into one up merge commit. So it's a bit harder to understand that. But it's always interesting to understand what's going on the repository and what happened. So yeah, but I would go to the PR and do reviews, for example. Anyway, so this, for instance, will be a minor stuff and it's not urgent and it won't benefit directly the end user, but it's entretenir, taking care of the code
but that's what we want to see. This is the normal work on this project. You don't have to build every time spectacular things to make a contribution. Sure. So it's just simple, easy, concentrated, annoying work.
Yeah, I think most of the work of the core team member are stuff like that, way more complicated, but still. And dealing with deprecations and the continuous upgrade path, triggering the proper deprecation and telling the user what they should do, how to make the migration from a major version to another the smoothest possible. And this requires a lot of code, and we have plenty of tricks about that. If I have a look, let's do something like that. Maybe we'll have an example from GitHub. Just for you to see what can happen. Wow, in the proxy, a lot of... I've scrolled down. This is tests. This is no deprecations yet, I think. After I'm gonna show you what's going on when we are dealing with deprecations and continuous upgrade path. I'm just gonna commit that and yeah, go ahead. Okay, tagged resource ideas. Okay, so git commit, and then you have to specify. This is something you have to do when it is, component scoped. Each component you touch, you have to put its name into brackets so that the bots understand that and add the proper labels. So it's always good to do. Leverage container builder find tagged resource ID, something like that, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Ah, there is a mention. I didn't see it. Try function num args.
Yeah. Function num args are as well
Thank
used.
you for the chat. But I was so fascinated from this terminal and how fast he moves with it.
Sorry, if you want me to be a little bit slower, do not hesitate.
No, this is perfect. I love this.
Okay.
This is what the best program on television I can see.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you the backward compatibility layer. I'm gonna find that. And indeed, funcnum args and funcget args are a great way to go. So I have my commit. I'm gonna push that. Let's go. A brand new PR. JSON streamer, leverage container builder, find tag, blah, blah, blah. Okay, branch 8.1. Indeed, this is minor. Is this a bug fix? No, it's not a feature as well. No deprecation yet. No fix. And introduced in dependency injection 7.3. So always check this. What we used to do, yeah, we always take the first tag. So this is the same behavior. Great. And does it make sense to have several? Oh, yeah. Let's add that in the description. Definition in 7.3. Okay, I think this is good to go. It's minor, it's an 8.1, it has the proper description. The diff is okay. I'm always checking, as much as possible because we always make mistakes. What I did not do is to run locally PHP CS Fixer. So I'm going to do that. So at the root of the Symfony project, you have a php-cs-fixer.this.php, and you can copy paste it and adapt it. And me, it's the same, but I'm just, just go to the directory I'm interested in, so that it's not.
Do not run all code.
Yeah, exactly. So PHP says fixer, fix. Oh, what did I miss? Yeah, okay. So it's always good to do that. Otherwise, the CI will have been read. Okay, did push force. Okay, and then just reload it. And yeah, we are good to go this time. Okay, go for it. One life. And because of the JSON streamer, it has added the JSON streamer label and a need review. So about the BC layer, what can I show you? Let's go into a branch where it has a lot of stuff. Maybe 7.4 will be even worse. And we're going to have a look at funcget_args, for example, or funcnum_args. Let's go for
funcnum_args.
Yeah, funcget_args works as well. I prefer that, but
this is some kind of deprecation now, yes?
Okay, so let's have a look about that. For instance, here, PHP is really cool with us because if you do that, okay, let me do so. Okay, if I'm doing form theme node with $form $resources, $line number, $only, and $anything, and anything else. PHP won't complain. I mean, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 arguments,
You have more,
and you give more, it's okay for PHP, and you can retrieve it by func_get_arg or func_get_args, which gives you an array. Let's take the 5th one. It works, and so you can check if you have such an argument and trigger a deprecation. Here, for instance, I do not know that code, so we're gonna read it. For instance, we have removed the type of only here, and if it's null if it's a string, yeah, we do not want to pass it. So it's false by default, and if somebody passed null or a string here, we trigger deprecation. And then, it is a tough one. Only here. Okay, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it is the other one here. You're gonna have another only stuff, I guess. But maybe let's try to find another one. This one. No. Trigger deprecation. Manager registry. Oh, plenty in doctrine, right? Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. This one. Okay, we can deprecate the whole method as well. So this is for our IDEs, but this trigger deprecation is a real method that, if you go look about it do a trigger error. Okay, a native PHP trigger error with the level, if I remember correctly, a user deprecated, I guess. Yeah, here, a user deprecated. And this is caught by the error handler and do some stuff. You don't want to look in the error handler. It's dark magic inside that. But at some point, yeah, it is right here, to be honest. It creates an error as exception and put it in, I don't know where, but yeah, in some log and yeah, here. And so you can be able to retrieve it in your logs and in the profiler. Anyway, I don't know why I said that, but yeah, it was a digression. It's okay. So yeah, so basically we have done that one. We can have a look at maybe this one. This one is a hard one as well. Maybe we can have a look about that. Okay, this is an issue that triggered me as well. I worked a lot on property info as well, because it is a slibbing of type info. And as we can see here, okay, in 7.3.4, it becomes problematic, but it exists in older version too. Okay, whatever. When a property is declared as static in the parent class via doc_block, then trying to retrieve the type in the subclass that is in a different namespace than parent, it results to a non-valid class. And okay, and this PR make that obvious. Oh, I do not see that earlier. So what happened? I know that. I was not happy about that one. Yeah, this is an issue for that. Anyway, so we still have a reproducer. We have an entity, another namespace, and a base entity. Okay. So as usual, we're gonna reproduce it, but maybe to change, we're gonna begin by writing a test directly into the type info component. So let's go. Let's create a branch fix. I already know that this is gonna be a type info component, static. Okay. So let's begin by writing a test. To do so, I'm gonna go into src, Symfony, component, type info component, and test. So in test, I have a folder with plenty of fixtures, which is great. So I'm gonna create a new class like that one, dummy, and what could be that name? With static, okay. Static property. Okay, I create a new class and a static one. Okay, and this one gonna be same name but with base. This should not extend something. Oh, this is the okay, so it's gonna be self basically or static. Okay, this one like that. I'm reproducing and trying to understand in the same. And if you have some clue, do not hesitate. Okay, so we have another entity in another namespace. Let's go into another namespace. And let's name it like so. So it's clear. Different namespace. .php. Okay. Okay, let's fix that, and it's just base entity, so this one, and it do not have, if I understand correctly, any static stuff. Okay, so by doing so, it returns the other get type, but on what? Let's see. Let's try to make a test for that. So to do so, we have some tests, and I will try to retrieve when we resolve such stuff.
That we get, so we are asserting of the namespace of the file, yes?
Yes. I have to respect the namespace of the files. So I have to find which stuff is responsible. I think this is that one, maybe, or maybe it's a string type resolver, or the property type resolver, maybe. But no, because this one, it must be PHP doc aware. Okay, so I think this is that one. But I have as well. No, this is the type context. Maybe we at some point have to do some stuff here, but okay, let's go for the simple case. So this one have a data provider and create a resolver, which is PHP doc aware, and yeah, assert expected stuff. So for instance, if I read the okay, this is the dummy with PHP doc, and this, okay, let's move the stuff into that class instead. Okay, no. Let's do that. The static property, we do not need a new class. We can use that one because this is the me with PHP documentation. So here, okay. And I think add var might be enough here. Okay, but maybe this is not the issue here. No, okay. We'll do that later. Let's try to understand the tests before. So I'm returning in the tests, and here let's do a new reflection class. Dummy with what? A static property, if I remember correctly. Okay. And I'm gonna yield stuff and expect some stuff. Here, I'm gonna do that. And this gonna be an object, I guess, of this stuff. And the property gonna be, I can't remember, property, okay. So, okay, if I do that, I can run the test and see the output, I guess. Okay, so to do so, PHP unit, src, Symfony, component, type info, tests, type resolver, PHP doc aware, blah, 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 and I'm gonna filter by that. I could have used the group, but it's a way to go. So yeah, it installed the PHP unit for me and it works. Okay. And it makes sense to me for now. But now, maybe the issue is not with that one, but with the dummy in static property in different namespace, maybe? I'm not sure to understand. It misses a bit of clues, because if I do that, I'm sure that this will work as well. Yeah, this makes sense. So yeah, what is the issue? Calling get type. Oh, so it's PHP stan extractor.
Yeah, maybe you do not get it with PHP unit.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to run PHP stan.
Maybe. But this one was, I mean, the PHP doc aware type resolver is using PHP stan. So, but still, PHP stan extractor tests. Maybe we can go in that one, which is in I'm in 7.4. No, it makes sense. Okay. Okay. That blah 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 blah. It's legacy types and a bunch of legacy stuff here. Okay. Provide. Allez. No, let's go for that. Okay. It's only legacy one. Let me see. No. Okay. Can take generics. Okay. Let's try it. Let's go for that. Test foo. PHP stan extractor. We have the extractor. For here, we won't care about that yet, and we're just gonna dump it. This is gonna be, because this is the property extractor, and so if I do dummy with static property, I'm sure this is gonna be the same stuff, but we have to dig about. Property info, filter, test, foo. Null. Even better. Why so? Because the PHP stan extractor, what is this made of? Mutator prefixes, stuff, blah, 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 blah. No, it should have worked. And if I do that, maybe this is that. I don't know. I'm discovering. Okay. So this works to me. So we are in a case that we are not able to reproduce the issue. So it happened quite often, you know. And in that case, it could be great to write a message here and to ask to understand, to explain a bit more. But I want to be sure entity base other entity. That does not make sense. It does not make any sense to me. Because this is base entity. Maybe there is a typo here, but no. Okay. So most of the time, for submitting this issue, so we have to be kind with contributors, of course, because they took time to send an issue to us, and
you can see the exact reproducement on YouTube.
yeah. So yeah, and never code alone. I was not able to reproduce the issue.
Maybe get null on property, or maybe you can add some code of your reproducements.
Maybe we can do that. Yes. Yeah, let's do that. You're right. So, okay. This is so far what I did. PHP. Up. Let's get rid of the noise. Let's fake the fact that we are in property info right now. Okay. Okay. Oops. PHP. This one. No, this is not the good one. This one. Okay. So property info, property info, property info. Okay. And then this one. My test extends test case. Test case. Voila. And we're gonna use this one, I guess. Yes. Oh, okay, this one, which is the same. So yeah, use dummy with static property, and this gives so I'm gonna cast it to string because I'm lazy. Yeah. Up and no, that doesn't work. Okay. Up VT quote. Okay. do it like that. Oh, this gives which looks good to me. Could you provide and I think Symfony contribution simple reproducer. I think we have an article. Yeah, we have stuff here. Yeah. So on the Symfony documentation, whenever you encounter a bug, you can go on the documentation, and it's going to help you to create a bug reproducer. And this is a simple, file, small PHP script that we can reproduce easily. Blah 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 blah.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
So I'm gonna paste the link to that guy. Simple reproducer, so that I can understand better what's going on. Oh, yeah, smiley, because we are kind, and
Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year. Yeah.
Only the first week.
Yeah, we are good right now. Okay, so blah 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 blah. I was not able to open it then. Okay. Another namespace. Okay. Yeah. Oh, little typo. So that's here. And I think I have another one somewhere. No, I have not. Okay, and so we comment. And yeah, it happened all the time, It's really, really often. And this is why we close some issues. Yeah, when we close like that.
You cannot reproduce, then it's like that.
Sorry?
When you cannot reproduce bugs, you have to close.
Yeah, we close it as not planned, and ask the contributor to reopen it if he have other stuff to give us in order to make it move forward. And yeah, there is something else that I can do because I'm a maintainer. We can change the labels and say, okay, where is this? Unconfirmed, for example. Okay, and I think it's okay. And I can say that I have, I have another label.
Reviewed.
And we are waiting for feedbacks. And we do not need review anymore at the moment. And this is gonna help other maintainer seeing that
it's organization.
An ongoing issue, and somebody is
also that somebody was working on it. That is not initial there, because I think everybody who makes something like this open and works time on it wants to have a fast response on it.
Yeah, of course. So yeah. So basically, let me see if we have interesting stuff here. Oh, it has been merged. Yes, I'm now in the CODEOWNERS. Okay, nice. So we have at least merged something today.
It was also a spectacular session for me to see all the things, and that is much simpler than I thought about it. Yes, this is unreadable rocket science code. Yes, and this was a nice overview on working as core developer.
Yeah, what I want people to keep in mind is that it can, at first looks like a huge and hard stuff to understand, but really, it's as soon as you can begin to read, to understand, it's not, as you say, as you just said, rocket science, and it's accessible to everyone. You just have to take time and to enjoy it, because some people do not enjoy it, so they do not have to do that. But if you enjoy doing open source, I mean, you do not have to be Einstein to contribute to Symfony or any other open source stuff, because there are plenty of members, core team members, and regular members that are willing to help you to get into it. And yeah, when you merge stuff and you have your name in the commits, in the change logs, it's always grateful. And so yeah, if you want to get into it, yeah, go ahead, and the community is willing to help you and is ready, I mean, welcoming to new contributors, to be honest. So yeah, feel free to begin, of course.
Okay, and also we will go forward here. I will stop screen sharing. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. No, it's okay. No need.
Yes. So yeah, for me it was a great session to see your tool, like I said, and how you work with it, how you explain it. You make this very good. I think when you understand how to make streams on this, you can do it by your own. Yes, but it was a great overview to see the work, to see the files, to see the tests, and how simple it is. Just opening branches, just pushes, just mention people, and with this text. So for me, it shows me, hey, this is something what I maybe also can do. Yes, and
Yeah.
also this try to reproduce things, and that you have sometimes very good advices how to do something like this. Maybe this is the first thing that you can check out and try to get the same issue on your local machine. Maybe this is the first step, and maybe you will then engage and grab to fix it.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's not like contributing to PHP. For example, contributing to PHP is hard, but really contributing to Symfony is simple. As you have seen, even if, you know, this session is the regular, my regular way of working in open source, trying to reproduce, does not succeed, find a bigger bug that I found, merge a little bit, answer to issues. So it's not just merging features and features and features. It's plenty of little stuff that you have to do, but it's part of the contribution. And for the people in the audience that are living in Lyon, tomorrow it's full, but we're going to do that again. We're going to do a contribution meetup, you know, with 4 core team members that are going to help you to make your first pull request. So yeah, just wanted to say that. So if people want to join us the next time we do that.
Cool. So how was it for you on YouTube? Have you been ever on YouTube on a stream?
On a stream, no. But it's okay. I mean, talking to people and just coding. It was hard to make things understandable for all people, because I'm afraid to be fast, and because I have things in mind and I can explain to. It's hard to me to be really didactic.
Was very good. Was a good overview. Was very detailed. Was good commented, and
Okay.
I see people who are not so good in contributing and talking, and you also, as I see on this last conference, you have this very good talks there and know how to introduce people
Thank
to
you.
framework. I think this is something that you all make very good. Still upcoming conferences. Go there. here, there, yeah, but I see there are upcoming conferences, and yeah, I think also all videos from the last conference are to review when you have an account on it. But maybe so look at all the stuff and try to make your first contribution to Symfony target for 2026, and then you are in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so and tomorrow go to Lyon.
Yeah.
And check out. It's spectacular. We also have here a few core developers in Germany. Maybe there is also some kind of how to contribute or something like this. Yes, we also can do this here.
And
so for now, 75 people watch this stream.
Cool. Hello.
As you see this big engagement on the chat, like always on developer, we have less action there. Hopefully on the next stream there will be better. So we are out now for now. Check out the videos here, follow the channel, and have also best start in 2026 and go forward for green pipelines.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.